RV Kitchen. Today I've got two recipes for you, an enchilada casserole and then a sausage and rice. That's my first sausage and rice. Next week I'll have another one for you. I had two sausages, so I tried two different kinds, both of which are good. They're just different ingredients. And then I have a whole bunch of recipes for you because I did Sunday in the RV, which is a little bit different than what I usually do, but I wanted to show people that do have a small space how to multitask and get everything done. So I hope you enjoy them all. If you're new to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. Just hit the subscribe button below, and if you hit the bell, it'll tell you every time I upload a new video. Cooking on Mondays, alternate videos on Thursdays. Without further ado, here are the recipes. The first thing we're going to do for our enchilada casserole is put the chicken in the bottom of our crock pot. We're going to top that with our red enchilada sauce. I used mild. You can use whichever you prefer. We're going to put the lid on. It says to cook on low for 6 to 8 hours. Mine was done in 5. And then once it is cooked, you're going to shred that with 2 forks and then put it back in the crock pot. We're going to cut the tortillas into strips and then put them in the crock pot and give it a good mix. At this point, you can add any vegetables or anything you like in your enchiladas to the pot. I decided to use some corn. You can also add black beans, that's another favorite. I just didn't have any, otherwise I would have certainly put those in. And then black olives, but Big Daddy doesn't like those, so I chose to wait till I'd mixed everything up and put the olives on just 1/2. So you're going to mix anything you put in here. We're going to separate our cheese, so we're going to use half of it and mix it into the mixture, and the other half we're going to place on top. And this is where I'm going to add my olives onto half of the dish. Now we're going to cook this on low for 1 hour, just to let everything heat through. Now I topped mine with sour cream. It was absolutely delicious. We really enjoyed this, and it's going to be back on rotation for us. I hope you give it a try and enjoy it too. Here are your ingredients. Today we're making some easy peasy sausage and rice, but may I say it was delicious. We are not sacrificing flavor. The first thing we're going to do is slice the sausage into rounds, add butter and olive oil to the saucepan, and start cooking. Once the sausage is browning, we're going to add the frozen broccoli florets and then mix everything together. We'll put the lid on and let that cook. Once the broccoli is tender, we're going to add in our spices. I'll have everything listed at the end of this video and also on our website rvlifeintheusa.com, and there you'll find directions as well. Okay, now we're going to add in our rice. I'm going to stir everything until it's well combined. Now the directions said to stir in some cheese. I ended up putting the cheese on top and putting the lid on because we were not quite ready to eat. This dinner was absolutely fantastic. Like I said, it had wonderful flavor and it was really easy and very fast to cook. I'm definitely keeping it in my arsenal of go-to fast meals. I hope you try it and I hope you love it. Here are your ingredients. We're going to start today with our Sunday dinner. I have several recipes here and I will have them all on the website rvlifeintheusa.com, and that link will be in the comment box below. I'll also put the ingredients for each of these recipes at the end of each clip. So for Sunday dinner, I decided to start with deviled eggs. I did them in the Instant Pot 5-5-5, which means a 5-minute pressure cook, 5-minute natural release, and 5-minute ice bath. They always come out really good. Now I'm making my filling. I'll have those ingredients for you. Of course, everybody probably has their own. And I decided not to pipe these today because I had other things going on, so I just used my cookie scoop and put these in the fridge so they'd be ready when everything else was. And here are the ingredients for my eggs. Now I was gifted a whole bunch of corn. We do have a cornfield behind the campground and they delivered this to us. My neighbor got mine because I wasn't here at the time. So I decided to go ahead and cook all the corn so that it would stay fresh. So I was doing these in the Instant Pot. I could only fit in 3 at a time. I had 10, I believe. So for that, I just put in 2 cups of water and then I cooked those on high pressure for 5 minutes with a quick release. I saved 2 for our dinner today and the rest I froze. And I had a squash casserole in the oven, so I decided to do the ham in the Instant Pot. I had ordered a spiral ham with a glaze on it from Walmart, but they didn't have it, so I ended up with this canned ham, which I was not thrilled about. But I found a recipe for a glaze, which I made. I loosely followed it, and I cut the canned ham, and got this all in it, and it actually turned out really good. I was surprised because I'm not a fan of canned ham, but any ham can be done in the Instant Pot in an RV, and you're doing a big meal like I was doing today with lots of things going on. This saves time and also saves time running your oven. So I got the glaze mixed up. I laid out some foil, and then I opened up my ham and sliced it. Not going all the way through. You'll see that in just one moment. And as you can see, I'm cutting just to the bottom so it stays together underneath and the juices don't come out on the bottom when it's cooking. And I just took a small spatula and started doing the top, and then I run it down into each slice. Now, like I said, I loosely followed the recipe for the glaze. I didn't have Dijon mustard that it called for, so I used up my stone ground mustard, and that made it so good because it had the little grounds on the ham when it came out. So that was done in error, but turned out really, really good. I did get my spiral ham this week though. They had some more in stock. So I got one, and I thought I'd leave it in the freezer for a while because I don't really want to make it just yet, but I'll have it when I need to. Nothing like a good ham and casseroles on Sunday. Alright, I'm putting in the water into the Instant Pot, and that's 1.5 cups. And then I'm going to wrap up my ham and I'm going to put it on the trivet. Get the lid on and get that set. I believe I did 12 minutes. And there's the ingredients for the glaze. Now you'll see the picture of our full dinner, and you can see this was made with a lovely squash casserole. So I have that for you coming up. Now this recipe came from Anita, my friend, and I know I only followed this loosely because I normally use squash, but I had all these zucchini, so I went ahead and cut all that up, and I used a squash. So mine was a lot larger than what I normally do when I follow her recipe. So I just wanted to put that out there. The actual original recipe will have the correct amounts, which is 2 pounds of squash. So we're going to cut up all the vegetables and get them in the frying pan along with some olive oil. Now we're going to just cook these until they're done. I did put a lid on for a little while, so they will get a lot of liquid. After you are done with them, you're going to get them drained. While they were cooking, I went ahead and mixed up the rest of the ingredients, but I did forget to turn my camera on. So much going on, I do apologize. I do show you those ingredients there, and of course they're going to be at the end of this clip, but you're going to mix that all up. And then we're just waiting on our veg. Okay, which is now done, so I'm going to get that drained. All the vegetables will cook down, so it'll look like less when it's finished. Now we're just going to mix everything together. To make for easy cleanup, I decided to put foil in my baking casserole dish, and I sprayed it with some non-stick spray too. And I'm just going to pour this into the casserole dish. Alright, we're going to put that in the oven at 350 degrees for about 45 minutes or until the top's brown like you like it. This recipe is so good. I've been making it ever since Anita gave this to me years ago, and my kids love it, my grandkids love it. They say it's better than mac and cheese, so definitely give it a try. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the recipes that I shared with you today. As always, the ingredients and the directions are going to be on my website, rvlifeintheusa.com. A link in the comment box below to get you to the correct blog. And I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And I'll see you next Monday with more cooking. Love y'all.